Hello, it's another edition of The Fourth Estate with Adeola. I promised the other time to bring you another wonderful guest on this podcast, and today, here we are again. I have someone with me who has been in this profession for some time. You get to hear his voice. Hello, can we meet you?
My name is Damilare Faguwa, formerly a staff of Lagos Traffic Radio. Now I'm in the Ministry of Information and Strategy.
Dari, that's a very good one. So starting with this, how has your reporting experience been when you were in Traffic Radio, and exactly what were your core duties?
I must say it's really been an interesting journey for me, working with great minds while I was in Traffic Radio, being a reporter, also a news editor and a scriptwriter. It was one of those experiences that you would wish like you never thought of at some point, but when it comes to you, when you're working with great minds and when you're working with professionals who have been on the job for a very long time, then you start wondering, okay, this is so interesting and it's so educating. At the same time, it keeps you on your toes. The fact that you gain every day and you see some things that you don't know, and when coming in, you start wondering, okay, because it's not just learning about the job, it's also learning about how communication, how you could relate to people, what you need, tools you need. And then I realized that most of those things are learned. Most times we don't even learn it in institution or school, so you learn most of them on the field, and it's been very, very interesting, I must say. Being a news editor, when I graduated, I didn't have the opportunity of working in any media house at some point where I had to work industry. So all my thought was I needed to work in a media house. So when the opportunity came, then I was exposed to a lot of things. Learning in the newsroom was so interesting, and like they always say that the newsroom it's a madhouse. I found out yes it is, and I was able to cope, and it's been a very interesting journey for me.
So how long have you been in this profession?
Yes, so far going to 5 years now, and the 5 years has been a lot of ups and downs, but at the same time interesting. Meeting people, gathering information, how communicating, and now it has also improved my writing skills, because I love writing. Writing has been something that I really cherish a lot because I play with words so much. So having the opportunity to now work in the newsroom enhanced my writing skills, and I was able to put my words right. So,
some people are, aspiring to be journalists, whether broadcast, whether print, or whatever. We have the new media too. So, if you were in their shoes, you've been in this profession for 5 years, what will you tell them based on the experiences you've had on the job?
Well, it's simple. For the 5 years that I've been on the job, it's mind-blowing. For anyone who is going to come into this profession, what you need to have in mind, you don't come into this profession in a mindset of you want to make money. It comes with craft, it comes with creativity, it comes with passion. If you don't have these things, you might find yourself not going far, because we understand money, everybody wants to make money out of it, but at the same time your craft, your creativity would open ways for that. And what you need to do is, at first you need to brush your craft to the point where you will be recognized, to the point where when some people see your work, when people see what you've done, they then realize that okay, this person has all it takes to be in this position. So coming into this profession for me wasn't because of financial reasons or probably I want to make so much money out of it. It was because I studied this in school. I should come in, I should at least learn one or two things. I can now call myself a standard professional person in this system. So I wasn't coming in for the financial reasons, but I was coming in to put my craft out there, my knowledge also be able to impart people, and at the same time you have a legacy that okay, people would come to notice at the end of the day. So I would advise you don't come in or in the bid of probably you want to make money or not. No, it's good, but at the same time, let your craft speak for you. Let your creativity speak for you. What you do, guide it, brush it very well, and you will earn more recognition than the financial reason, and it will open doors at the same time, because I get to understand that people matters a lot in this profession. Connection matters a lot in this, and that goes a long way.
Actually, I was expecting you to mention something for our listeners, to learn. I know you worked in a specialized radio station. So, what exactly were you doing for that station when it comes to reportorial?
So, I was in Traffic FM, and of course, Traffic FM to be a station specialized in reporting traffic. And not just traffic, also all means of transportation were able to report. So when I started on the decks, and then the opportunity came to now start doing what we call motorbike reportage, which was one experience that I would say made me...
I want you to say that so that people can hear.
Made me well known amongst all other people also in the transportation line. Because now, when the motorbike reportage came in, it was something I thought it could be difficult. But when we started then, I understand reporting on a different angle. Now, we had to go out to do a live report of incidents happening outside, probably most especially a major accident. And also, when we notice there's traffic, we need to know exactly what is the cost of the traffic. It made me work with likes of VIO, Last Man, Pharisee. It made me work with officials like that, and even police officers. Now, during the time we had to go out to do live reports, most times we encounter so many difficulties, from the fact that you have to get your location right, you need to be open-minded in meeting all kind of people and asking questions. You need to be accurate at the same time. You need to also get in touch with all the officials on ground to know exactly the cause of the traffic, also to know exactly the cause of the accident. So, and being Lagos, where we have more or less could be volatile sometimes, where you have to engage with touts, louts and all that. It takes someone with courage, someone with vigilant mindset, and at the same time you need to be very, because when I go out there, I'm totally Damilare, in the newsroom, it's different from the one outside, because you need to be at alert of any incident that is going on at that time. So when we're doing our reports, most times probably a major accident, you need to be at alert, be watchful of your environment. So I will tell you a case of where there was an incident at Adeola bridge of a falling down a container. I fell on cars. That fell on two different cars, and it was in the evening, close to 9 o'clock in the night. So that tells that's where the passion comes in now. That's where the passion lies. That's where the passion lies now. So everybody would think, okay, as a journalist, you should be done with your work. Probably you're done 4 o'clock, you're out. But sometimes you have to stay back, because news could come in at any time. So I'll give you an instance. One of the instances to tell people that journalism, it's a job that is, you need to have passion for it. Because I see most times people want to do some shortcuts, or probably they think journalism is just you come to work and then you close. For instance, I've got bosses who...
You're trying to say it's not for lazy people.
It's not for lazy people. When I was doing the motorbike reportage, I get calls 4 o'clock morning, and I'm up. I have to go out and cover the story. I'm up. Many times I will be on my way going to Lagos Ibadan expressway, and you know how volatile that road could be at some point. So you have accidents could happen early hours in the morning. You have to be up to be there. So sometimes I don't even. I'm telling you this because, of course, I don't even bait. I'm up. There are many occasions I don't bait, and I'll be on the road to cover that, to give a live report. I will be there. My jacket is on, my recorder is with me, and off I go. I and I have to maneuver, I have to get there, because you need to give live reports. Lagosians want to know exactly what is going on. And at that point when you get there, most of when I get there, incidents could be happening. Sometimes you want to get emotional, but you don't need that. You need to put emotions on separately and do your story, so that you won't give your listeners won't have a fear in them. You don't have to put fear, because once you get emotional, you're trying to put fear, and they would get to know that through your voice. So you need to be on top, and at the same time able to compose yourself, and also know exactly what is going on to give the right situation. So I would tell people, you don't get carried away by emotions, and at the same time you would have to be passionate about the job. That tells you that you know exactly what you're doing.
Damilare, you've even you said a lot today, just to encourage our people, especially the younger ones that are coming behind us. Actually, this job, like you said, entails a lot of things. And one of them you have said is putting emotions, keeping your emotions rather, and for you just to do the right thing, for people to hear what the story is about or what the incident is about, and like that. So as we're wrapping up, what advice will you give to upcoming journalists?
For upcoming journalists, I would want them to see this profession as it's more or less like passionate job, and whereby it could take you places. When you're not interested in this profession, I would advise not to come in. But if it's a job you think you have a lot to impute, you have a lot to learn at the same time, it's a job you could come into. Because one thing I tell people, you might think you know it all, but when it comes to this job, you will find out that you're learning every day new things. And now that we are in the age of technology, a lot now is in the space of technology, and you could use technology to enhance your skill in this profession. So media, you are like the mouthpiece to be it anywhere you find yourself. If you're a media person, you are like the mouthpiece, because people want to know exactly what is going on. I get to understand that most of our youth these days, they really seems not to be ahead of the news. As a journalist, sometimes you even predict things, and it comes up. You need to predict things. You need to look at situation, the events that is going on, ongoing events, and predict and analyze. And when you're able to predict and analyze, they would think, how did you get to know this? That's because you've made yourself valuable. You've stayed very close to where the informations are. You've been following up on stories and lead that have been able to make you predict things, and of course it's going to work. So my advice is, be up to date, learn, don't stop learning, and also make sure you enhance your creativity.
It's been a wonderful time talking to you, Damilare. The takeaways from this interview is, you have to learn. Actually, you have to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Thank you so much for granting this interview and for taking our time, to talk to me today.
You're welcome. This is a great opportunity as well, and keep up the good job.
Thank you very much. Thank you, listener out there. Till I come your way again with another interesting edition and another guest, I remain Adeola.